When products are designed for mass market, they are designed with an idea to meet the average expectations of the selected user audience. And if your expectations are different from that audience, you have an option to customize the bike to meet your particular needs. And today we're going to talk about probably the cheapest and the simplest way to tune the bike for your riding style. We are going to change the front sprocket. The front sprocket influences the most how much torque your bike produces. This bike runs on 15-tooth sprocket as standard. If you go one tooth up, you reduce the amount of torque, but you win in top speed and you lower cruising RPM. If you go one tooth down, you produce more torque, you increase the acceleration, you increase agility, but you lose at top speed and you run at higher RPM. This is how it should be in theory. Today I will find out how it is in real life. And I don't care about the top speed, I don't care about running, cruising and higher RPM. I think this bike is relaxed enough and it wouldn't give any problem running on slightly higher revs. What I care about is agility and acceleration. So I am going one tooth down, I am going to install 14-tooth sprocket. First of all, let's see what changes while I feel at slow speeds riding in town. My first impressions are actually very, very positive. I think the bike is changing in a direction I wanted to change. You definitely feel more acceleration, more agility, more pull. But what I also think is the most positive change I just noticed riding the bike is that the second gear is way more useful now. When I was riding here in London at speed limits 20 miles an hour, I felt that the first gear is probably a little bit too much and the second gear is a little bit not enough. So now with the 14-tooth sprocket, I think the usability of the second gear has increased and now I can run comfortably in the second gear, no problem at all. I can switch to third and it's also much more useful, but I think second gear is just perfect for this slow speeds. There's definitely more acceleration, much more pull from the traffic lights, and we have a lot of them in London, so that is definitely a choice in the right direction. Now let's take the bike out of town, let's take it to faster roads, and I will go ride on motorway and see how the bike behaves there, because of course the general expectation is that with higher RPM, the cruising will be not as comfortable and not as smooth, or maybe the bike will feel a little bit like struggling, but we'll see. I changed the front sprocket because it's easier, but you can also change the rear one. One tooth on the front sprocket equals to 3 teeth on the rear one, so you have a little bit more flexibility. But if you make a big change, you will probably need a longer or shorter chain. The installation was simple and I didn't film it. There's a beautiful video created by Dorman Diaries. It's very informative but also hilarious. So go check it out. They have enough information for you to do it on your own. It's quite easy. The only thing that you need to take care of is you need to have a powerful torque wrench to torque it up to a spec, and it's quite a high torque, so make sure you got that all right. And also one advice, really take care to mark the position of your gear lever, the foot gear lever, because I messed it up a little bit, and when I took the bike out for the first test ride, I actually found out by surprise that it didn't switch to the second gear. And the reason was simple: there was not enough room for the gear shifter to go up, to go high enough to switch gears. That was quite a surprise, but it's an easy fix. Just make sure you mark the position of the lever and you'll be fine. My conclusions on this mod are very, very positive. This is definitely a change in the right direction, and the bike became what I expected and what I wanted it to be. But this is not for everyone. If you're like me and you want more acceleration, more pull, don't hesitate to spend a little money on this mod. This might be exactly what you're looking for.